Hello, I'm Mark Chataway. I'm the managing partner for global health in Europe, Middle East, and Africa at Fin Partners, which is an international consultancy focusing on policy analysis and change and on communications. So I'm really happy we have a panel called Secret Sauce because we need a new recipe for much of the global health sector. Existing models are either running their course or breaking down. And so what we need are new kinds of partnerships that can respond to an era of decolonization. Big long word, a bit of a buzzword, but what it really means is that we're not setting health agendas in Washington or Paris or London anymore. We are trying to follow the health agendas set by countries which are investing more of their own resources, more of their own talent, more of their own political will in health. So that's what this panel is about. It's about how do we respectfully partner with countries and yet not lose all of the expertise that's been built up in the global health sector over the past few decades. And on the panel, we have a great mix. So we have Alison Goldberg, who runs the Merck Foundation, one of the longest serving actors in the sphere of combating public health needs, combating public health issues in developing countries. So their river blindness program is kind of the she might not appreciate me saying this, but the grandparent of all of the public-private partnership programs. And the Merck Foundation is really interesting because it's invested for the long term ever since. It's picked things. It's not gone in for a year or 2 years or some special little pilot project. It's actually committed to really long-term change. So she'll be there. Ruben Ayala of Operation Smile will be there. And Operation Smile is a great example of an organization that used to be very centralized, that used to say, here's what we're going to do, and then get people around the world following the same agenda, and now works with a group of peer organizations. So it's really a coordination model now, which looks at Operation Smiles all around the globe and tries to see what can be added to national efforts and what can be copied from one place to another, as I understand it. Ruben will tell us a lot more about it. Dr. Uche Ralph Opara from Project Hope. And Project Hope's gone down much the same road as Operation Smile. But Project Hope, of course, is responding to many more acute situations. So it's responding to many humanitarian emergencies. It's responding to many crises. And then it faces the challenge of how do you turn that emergency response into long-term strengthening of healthcare systems and long-term strengthening of the overall health response of a country. She's fascinating on that subject. And finally, Professor Salome Maswime from the University of Cape Town. Now, Professor Salome Maswime could be there for a number of reasons. She's a pioneer in surgery, but she's actually there to talk about the role of women's leadership. And one of the ingredients for the secret sauce is having more women running things. So the global health workforce is overwhelmingly female, but the people who make the decisions are overwhelmingly male. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out what's wrong with this picture. So Professor Maswime has devoted a lot of energy to thinking about how we fix that, and that will be a crucial ingredient. So I think we're going to end up, if not with a recipe, then with lots of interesting ingredients that people watching the panel can blend and use in their own recipes.